Hello, my name is John Chambers, and this is my Pechoshka, an assignment for my class where you do 20 slides, 20 seconds each, and let it begin. I hope it will be fun. Okay, so my name, like I said, is John Chambers, but my preferred name is Laura Bell Chambers, and you'll find out why throughout this presentation, because today's topic I chose is being transgender and my story about it. Okay, so what does being transgender actually mean? Well, there's a lot of different opinions on what it actually means, but the main big questions are, do you feel like you're in the wrong body? Do you feel trapped? And what gender do you align with? Is it the same as the one you were born with? Now, my earliest memories of being transgender were things such as wanting to play with dolls instead of other toys, the fact that all my friends were girls, and I always wanted to be wearing female clothes, even though I wasn't always allowed to. Um, but with being transgender, there comes a lot of emotional problems. There's depression from not having the right body, anxiety from what if people find out, and before you're ready to tell other people, and other miscellaneous emotions that you get. Um, However, what does it feel like when you part of being transgender when you can't fit in? Well, that's when you're not able to be yourself and you end up worrying a lot about how somehow someone knows that you are transgender, and that can occur even after you've already transitioned. Well, while growing up being transgender, it was very scary. Everyone but me seemed to know that something was different about me, even though I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I got bullied a lot, and people thought I was weird. The quote unquote problem with this comes with that people usually do not seem to understand when you say you're transgender. And there are very few quote unquote solutions to being transgender, and a lot of them people can't afford. Wh- Um, Speaking of solutions, there are several there's that I can think of. There's transitioning fully, which requires the most money and the most work. Transitioning part way, which costs a medium amount of money and some work, and um, not transitioning at all, which costs less money but and less work, but it can be very hard not to transition. How I came about to realize that I was transgender was that I was watching a TV show with my sister, and I heard the term on the TV, and then I came to realize that's what it was. After that, I had a lot of time to think about it, and I had one word for it: confusion. And it takes a long time, and I had to trust myself before I decided until 2 years later when I had made my decision that yes, I was transgender, and I had built up the courage, and I had built up a lot of trust between me and my family, so I decided to take the leap. However, before I talk about that, I'm going to talk about several other things first, such as telling someone. Telling someone can be very, very scary. You should build up a lot of trust with that person before you do, and you should get to know them very well, such as how have they reacted to stuff in the past when you've told them. Has it been as you expected, non-expected, etc.? There are many risks, unfortunately, to telling someone, and that can be they might react very badly, such as violence, you might get rejected, they'll might treat you unfairly, or you might even lose your friend, though they probably aren't that good of a friend if you end up losing them as a friend. However, the rewards for doing this can be great. They might react greatly. You might get a new supporter. It gets to really show whether or not they're a true friend. You'll feel more free, and usually it's worth it even if it doesn't turn out so good. It's usually worth telling the person because then it tests your friendship greatly. Now back to what I was saying. My story was I got really, really lucky. My family reacted amazingly. I told my mom first, and after a while, me and her told my dad and my sister. And my mom gave me some great advice, which I will go over at the end of this. Um, the next steps we decided to take after that, we decided to take action right away. So with their support, I started taking medicine, dressing full time as a woman, and started making plans for the future. And I was very lucky because they supported me in that. Um, However, not everyone has reacted as well as my family. Um, Such as I've had some opposition. I've lost quite a few friends since I was different throughout the year growing up and stuff, though, even possible friends because I was different. And um, I've also made many great friends because of that. As for the future, I plan on finishing school now, finishing my transition, and working on voice lessons in the future. Um, and my advice for you and for anyone else out there who feels if they feel they are transgender is, as my mom told me that day when I revealed my secret to her, is never let anyone talk you into it, and don't ever let anyone talk you out of it. And as I say, only you can truly know you.